name Aries has to go also. The god of war.
It's Ariel.
Aries Spears, the Little Mermaid.
The Little Mermaid.
The Little Mermaid.
He tucked his tail as a man.
Vlad has gone after Aries Spears yet again, and this time around, things have escalated to a whole new level that nobody saw coming. What started as what appeared to be a relatively straightforward money dispute has now spiraled into something far more personal and far more public. On one side, Aries felt he was genuinely worth more than what he was being offered for his appearances on Vlad TV. He felt his value to the platform was being underestimated and that he deserved to be compensated accordingly. On the other side, Vlad felt like Aries was watching what other people were getting paid, overplaying his hand, and frankly asking for more than his current market value justified. So already you have two egos pulling in opposite directions, with real money sitting in the middle of it. But then something shifted, and the whole dynamic changed entirely. It stopped being about contracts and compensation and crossed over into something personal. Aries looked Vlad dead in the eye, called him a coward in front of everyone, and then openly challenged him to sit down face to face for a live debate right there on Vlad TV. And now the entire internet is watching to see exactly how this plays out.
This show one more time for free. You ain't gotta pay me shit. And we could talk about it right then and there so we could get the truth. Because there's three sides to the truth. Your story, my story, and the truth. So don't be a coward, bring me back, and let's go through it.
Vlad accepted the challenge without hesitation. He did not dodge it, did not make excuses, and did not try to negotiate the terms down. He simply said yes and made it clear he was ready to have that conversation face to face. But then something unexpected happened. According to Vlad, Aries came back and asked for 48 hours before committing to anything. Now, on the surface, that sounds reasonable enough. Maybe he needed time to think through his approach, prepare his points, or consult with people around him. But when those 48 hours were up and Aries finally came back with his answer, the response was not what anyone expected. He essentially said he was no longer interested and walked away from the very challenge he had publicly issued himself. And just like that, the entire situation flipped completely.
Responded to him. I said, not surprised, pussy. And he said, whatever makes you feel good. And that was the end of our talk.
He just showed America what a cowardly black man looked like.
He called me out.
That's a man that turned coward. Because if I make you an offer publicly, and I go make a video, because it takes a lot of time and energy for me to push live and say the things that I want to say in this video. And if you say, okay, I accept this, I don't need 48 hours to think about it. I propose this to you. That's what the bitch need to do. The hoe got to ponder on it, on her decision making. A man doesn't waver in his decision making, right?
Right.
If he was smart and intelligent, and this whole thing was about money, he could have made double what he was asking for had he came back and sat down and y'all talked it out.
And that is precisely where Vlad really started twisting the knife deep. Because the moment Aries backed out, Vlad had the perfect angle handed to him on a silver platter. He no longer needed to argue about money, leverage, or value. He could simply point to the sequence of events and let it speak for itself. You called me out publicly, I accepted publicly, and then you quietly disappeared. That narrative writes itself, and whether people personally like Vlad or not, that is an extremely difficult position for Aries to defend or explain away, no matter how he tries to frame it. The internet does not forget those kinds of moments, and Vlad knows exactly how to keep reminding people of them. But I do think there is genuinely another side to this story that deserves to be considered, because Aries probably did not back out of that debate because he was literally afraid of Vlad as a person. That explanation does not really hold up when you look at Aries Spears and his history. This is a man who has been through enough messy, complicated, and downright volatile situations over the years to understand better than most exactly how confrontation works in real life. He has had very public blow-ups, heated verbal arguments, and even physical altercations that played out in front of witnesses. One of the most notable examples is that intense situation with Zoe Williams on Corey Holcomb's show, where things escalated quickly, the temperature in the room rose fast, and it ultimately turned physical before anyone could pump the brakes. So the idea that Aries suddenly lost his nerve over a sit-down conversation with Vlad does not quite add up when you look at the full picture.
So thank you for your support.
Zoe, you want to say something?
Nah, I'ma wait.
No, don't wait.
Wait, we ain't got time for that now. Y'all gotta make it short and sweet though, too.
You should go now.
If you ever trusted me before, trust me right now. Say what you gonna say.
Yeah.
This is what I think about the whole Barack Obama thing. I was under no
And keep
illusion.
in mind,
Shut the fuck up!
ooh, you see that half red bone, light skinned nigga?
Hey,
getting
that
mad at powerful
motherfucker
dark
put
niggas?
hands on you, nigga. Give you real black eyes.
Come on, don't do that, nigga.
And that's the truth, nigga.
Trust me, nigga. You could trust me.
I've had
nigga.
about enough of your shit. That's the truth, nigga. Shut the fuck up while
The
I'm
loudest niggas are the light skinned niggas
Yep.
that wish they could be
talking.
black.
But that'll do that work though.
Yo, I know. Go ahead with your
Okay,
little
let's
salt
all
and
But
pepper
I'm not
shit.
drunk, nigga.
I know.
I don't drink, nigga. I'm very clear-minded.
Which means I'll fuck you up
Okay.
even more because I'm drunk.
So, I don't think Aries is unfamiliar with conflict. The difference is that Vlad TV is Vlad's house, and Aries probably realized that walking into that room meant walking onto Vlad's platform, not into a neutral setting. After watching how Vlad handled sit-downs with people like 6ix9ine and hearing how Vlad had been publicly discussing him, Aries may have felt like he was walking into an ambush rather than a genuine conversation. That does not fully excuse calling someone out and then backing away. If you challenge somebody publicly and they accept, disappearing afterward makes you look bad, full stop. But it does explain why Aries may have started reconsidering, because at a certain point, every argument with Vlad becomes content for Vlad. That is the real power imbalance here. Vlad has the platform. Vlad can drop clips, reference old episodes, control the framing, control the edit, and keep the story alive for weeks. Aries can fire back on Instagram, but Vlad can turn the entire thing into a running series. And that is basically exactly what is happening right now.
It would have opened more doors for him to go make money over there, to talk about what it was like to have to come down and sit down with your warrior spirit and have the facts and the truth, and you and Vlad hash it out publicly for free. It was like performing at the Super Bowl. On the back end, he would have made quadruple.
Man, listen, I've seen so many videos where he's like, yo, people come up to me, say I'm the GOAT, say I'm the legend. You can never say that again after this.
Nah.
Nah, that's it. You will forever be mid-tier. That name Aries has to go also. The God of War.
It's Ariel.
Aries Spears, the Little Mermaid.
The Little Mermaid.
The Little Mermaid.
He tucked his tail
He
as
tucked his
a
tail.
man.
Yeah, man.
That finally get to call a Jewish man out, to get to call the culture vulture. We get to go toe to toe over an issue with facts. This was everybody's dream to do, and he fumbled the ball.
He fumbled the ball, man.
Charleston White's entering the picture made things significantly worse for Aries, and honestly, it was never going to go any other way once Charleston got involved. Because Charleston White does not show up to conversations looking to bring the temperature down or find some middle ground. That is simply not what he does. He arrived purely to pour gasoline on a fire that was already burning hot and watch it spread even further. And the moment he stepped into the situation, any chance of this staying focused on the actual underlying dispute between Aries and Vlad went completely out the window. And that is precisely where things start getting genuinely uncomfortable for a lot of people watching from the outside, because there is a clear and important line between legitimate criticism and something that starts feeling more like a coordinated takedown. If Aries backed out of the debate after issuing the challenge himself, then criticize that directly and specifically. That is a fair and honest conversation to have, because the facts support it. If Aries exaggerated his leverage and oversold his own value during the negotiation, call that out clearly and move on. If Aries demanded more money than Vlad genuinely felt his appearances were worth in the current market, that is also a completely fair discussion to put on the table. All of those things are grounded in the actual events that took place between these two men, and the public deserves to hear that conversation play out honestly.
But once the discussion slides away from those legitimate criticisms and starts drifting into mocking his car, questioning his ticket sales, attacking his masculinity, and debating out loud whether he even qualifies as a legend in the first place, something fundamental shifts in the tone and purpose of the whole thing. At that point, it stops feeling like accountability and starts feeling like Vlad is pushing things considerably further than the original situation actually calls for or justifies. It starts feeling less like addressing what happened and more like using what happened as an excuse to dismantle someone's entire reputation and career standing in public. And a lot of people watching are starting to pick up on that distinction. But here's the uncomfortable reality underneath all of it. Vlad can operate exactly this way because at the end of the day, he has very little to personally lose by doing so. The platform keeps growing regardless, the clicks keep coming regardless, and every response Aries gives, whether measured or emotional, only feeds the machine even further.